How about I start with a bit of an update on our fleet business. A little while ago we announced a new corporate relationship with Shell, and we're now starting to see through that framework agreement a wide range of Shell locations and Shell partners ordering stock from us. Very big focus on safety, obviously, so a very important customer for us to have. Global footprint, naturally, and will represent significant volume for us over the next 2 to 3 years. So really pleased with how that's going. But in other parts of the fleet business, we have momentum that I would say is equal to that. If we look at Europe, for example, we have a new team there that we put in place probably early this year, late last year. They're based in the Netherlands, and they're really picking up a lot of traction in the transport sector. Not just in our traditional sort of fleet aftermarket environment, but they're also picking up traction with bus and truck manufacturers who are looking to enable vehicles ahead of EC legislation. So this is an important area of momentum for us, and I expect that it will continue to gain traction over the coming year or more. So pretty pleased with what's going on there. A couple of years ago, we launched a product that we called BdMS, our backup driver monitoring system, and this was really about enabling the autonomous vehicle companies to observe the performance of the backup driver while they're developing their technology around the streets, largely around San Francisco at the time. And we sold a few thousand units. It went quiet. There was a lot of talk about autonomous vehicles jumping to level 5 and the need to monitor the backup driver would be redundant very, very quickly. Well, what we're seeing now is the exact opposite of that. So it's very, very clear that level 5 full autonomy will be a much longer road to travel. We're seeing considerably more autonomous vehicle companies emerge. We're seeing the volume of vehicles that they're testing increase very, very dramatically. So we're now seeing a renewed interest in our BdMS product from a range of companies around the world, not just on the west coast of the USA. So over the next 2 years, I'm expecting quite a material uptick in BdMS sales. It's a very good product for us. It's high margin, and it's delivering an absolutely necessary service to all of the developers of AV technology. So it's definitely not over as many thought a couple of years ago. In fact, it's just beginning, and we're going to see this volume increase pretty materially. On automotive, we've made a few announcements. We've recently announced our first Japanese OEM. We've got a very strong team in Japan that's been working quite hard for quite a long time. So this first win's really important. Very prominent OEM, very, very strong global tier 1 that we have a deep collaboration arrangement with. And we think that this will be the first of several wins in that region. We're in dialogue with at least 4 other OEMs. So we feel now, quite bullish about Japan. Let me turn now for a minute on aviation, and aviation is benefiting from a real, uptick in global markets today. Just, post-COVID, there are a lot more pilots that need to be trained. There are a lot more airlines that are looking at their operations, looking at safety, and looking at a whole range of areas where eye tracking can be of assistance. We're still very much focused on developing fewer, larger, long-term relationships with the large systems integrators in the aviation space. and we've spoken about them before, the likes of Collins and CAE, and they're really the targets for us, despite the fact that we box way above our weight in terms of real relationships with airlines, and that's part of the strength of the small but dedicated team that we have in that space. But we're continuing to push towards fewer, larger relationships in aviation. We're making great progress, and I expect that also to continue. So just turning to our technology for a minute, we continue to invest. We are building a very significant volume of new features at the demand of the OEMs and the OEM business that we're winning. This is good for us. It means that the OEMs are in a position where they're looking to extract the maximum value out of the system in the vehicle, not just through observation of the driver, but through the observation of all occupants. And it's dramatically improving the utility of the overall system capability. And that can only augur well for us in the long run as the camera-based system becomes more and more integrated with the car. So we continue to invest in our core technology. We're continuing to invest in our forward roadmap, and we've made some announcements to that effect very recently that we will continue down that path. And we're continuing to invest with close collaboration partners, whether they be assisting us in the rapid development of features or the delivery of data, or in more traditional ways around system design, hardware design, and the like. There's one area that I'll call out specifically, and this is our success in the mirror. So we've developed the technology for a wide field of view system that enables us to monitor the driver at the required level of granularity to deliver the safety outcome that's required under NCAP, but also observe the vehicle and occupants more broadly. Now, this is an acute technical challenge. It's one that we've overcome. We have some unique know-how and IP in this area, and we've won business on a DMS in the mirror location already. So we see this as a very material competitive advantage today, and we intend to exploit that advantage as aggressively as possible through the partners that we choose to work with. So that's a very, very important and real example of our investment in advanced technology being converted beyond the proof of concept and now being acquired by our key customers, the car companies, through our collaboration partners. So a very, very tangible example of what I would call our technical excellence. So I guess to wrap up, despite how our company's value might be represented in what is obviously an extremely difficult financial market with all of the geopolitical issues and the uncertainty, the risk-off behaviour, the inflationary pressures, with all of that going on, we are growing, our key metrics are observable, and we have a very high degree of confidence that our plan will pay off for shareholders. So I just wanted to leave on that note, and we are all here very energised and very motivated to win and to lead.